We know that our schools and JCPS are working really hard to keep students, staff, and families safe, doing everything you can to keep COVID out of your buildings. We're here at Westport Middle, where they have some great examples of ways to do this, because our goal is to reduce spread of COVID and to reduce the number of students who have to quarantine because they've been exposed to COVID. We want to do everything we can to keep COVID out of our schools and keep students in.
It's certainly a challenge with a classroom full of kids and all the transitions and things that come with middle school and high school to know where kids are at. But one thing we've done is we've expected all of our teachers to have a seating chart for every one of their classes. We want to make sure kids stay in their assigned seats throughout the day and they're not mingling and wandering around the rooms. We've got assigned seats from everything from their morning holding areas to the cafeteria to the car rider queues, all those sorts of things. And so we know immediately which 2 or 3 or 4 students have been sitting near within that student's bubble that could cause us to potentially have to isolate those other students. We just called a contact tracing simulation. During staff meetings, we'll just pull a random student's name from each one of our teams and assign it to that team. And they have to come back to us within 20 minutes and give us all the kids that could have been within that student's bubble. We can help our teachers understand that when they do activities where students may be moving or maybe they're clustered in small groups, that we kind of keep that 15-minute time frame in mind. And so many of our teachers are limiting those sorts of activities to 8 to 10 or 12 minutes at a time to allow them to kind of stay underneath that 15-minute threshold.
Do you need any PPE equipment?
We have one of our staff members that comes around daily with kind of a airplane stewardess style, kind of coming down our hallways with a cart full of PPE that she goes around to all of our rooms and replenishes whatever teachers have requested.
Have a good lunch. Put your hand up.
We've got our hallway monitors and other support staff that are helping us out throughout the day. They're keeping kids moving throughout between classes, so there's not kind of stagnant pods of students just kind of lingering and talking. We've got hand sanitizer stations in all of our hallways. Each of our classrooms has hand sanitizer and other PPE stockpiles. We want to make sure that kids know, and we remind them in announcements. We've got posters on the walls, all those sorts of things, of all those things that they can do. Keeping their masks up, washing their hands, doing all those little things that really add up.
The main goal is to separate students from the general population to try to quarantine them as fast as we can. One of the main things is to have the student isolated, so we take them to the isolation room. They're given a rapid COVID test if they're symptomatic, and we call parents to have that consent, make sure they have the consent form on file. A parent is called to come pick up the child, and we also give them a handout so they can access their school work. If they need a Chromebook, they can contact a lot of people on there who can help them out during their time in quarantine. So the main thing here that has helped is the teamwork that we have. The attendance clerk, the school manager, administrator, and the principal all work together to keep kids safe.
We know that all of our schools are working very hard, and this is a lot of work. But Westport is doing a great job of showing the example of the teamwork that it takes to do this successfully. It's going to take all of us working together to keep COVID out and keep students in.